Venture Cafe Presents. I'm Christine Dunn, and we are at Venture Cafe's Female Founders Night, and we're speaking here tonight with Danielle Olson, who's one of the panelist speakers at the event tonight. Now, by day, she's a program manager at Microsoft, but she also runs a group called Gique, spelled Gique, which works with students in the Boston area to learn about STEAM, not just STEM. So tell us a little bit about Gique.
Absolutely. So the reason that Gique was created is because growing up I always felt like I was at odds with had to choose between my artistic and creative side and that more technical, rigorous science and mathematics side. But really what I found when I ended up going to MIT and studying engineering was that engineering and science is very much a creative field. And I wanted to showcase that to youth in the greater Boston area to eventually hopefully inspire them to become the next generation of leaders, thinkers, makers, using STEAM to change the world around them. So we have two main focuses. We run an after-school program in partnership with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dorchester. So every Tuesday night we have mentors from the community who self-identify as geeks, work with our youth to create amazing things, pinhole cameras, holograms, wearable technology, all sorts of amazing creations. And then we also have a program called the Science Can Dance program. And this was created by my co-founder, Ashley Polanco, who was a chemistry major at MIT and also a hip-hop dancer and choreographer. And she's now pursuing her PhD in chemical engineering. So she wanted to teach youth who are passionate about dance and movement about STEM concepts through dance, choreography, and movement. So our Science Can Dance program engages girls from elementary school through middle school in learning about STEM concepts through body movement and dance and things like that.
So talk to me a little bit about that. What do you mean by that? I mean, I'm trying to imagine a class, so how does she integrate those concepts in as a dancer?
So one of the sessions we teach is all about CS and exposing our youth to that. And one example of how we've taught that through dance choreography is what is a function? In a program, function is sort of a bread and butter concept. You take an input, you put it through some sort of kind of process to modify it, and then you give it an output. So what we did was we created a dance choreography that basically had our students line up. One person simulated the input, the rest of the girls simulated the function, actually doing something with that input, and output was, one other girl jumping in the air, basically saying the function is done, this is the output of it. And basically that ended up enabling them to break down that concept and really remember it. So because through that body movement, through that repetition, they're able to take a concept and really kind of integrate it into something that is memorable.
So how many students are you working with right now?
So at the Boys and Girls Club of Dorchester, we have a class of 15 students, grade 4 through 8, that have been with us since last September, so it's a year-long program. And that pilot program is giving us the skills that we think are going to help us be successful when we scale out to additional sites. And then through our Science Can Dance program, we've reached students across the country. So we have students in the Bay Area that have experienced the Science Can Dance program. We're trying to bring it to Lowell, Massachusetts, and other locations. We're going to be at the Cambridge Science Festival as well. And that's reached hundreds of students across the nation.
So here's the question, how do you fit it all in? You have a full-time job at Microsoft, and then you run this program on top of it. So how do you do it?
I think passion is really important when it comes to working really hard. I think at the end of the day, because I love what I'm doing with my students, with my co-founders, it really doesn't feel like work anymore. It feels like I'm doing something to help people in my community. I'm helping inspire that next generation of engineers, scientists, artists, and dancers, things like that. And when we really think about connecting the dots, sending emails late at night and planning logistics, it doesn't feel as much as a big burden when you realize that, oh wow, I'm actually going to be making a difference potentially in the lives of the students that are participating. So for me, it's a lot of staying on top of my calendar and a lot of just remembering why I started. But that's really what gets me through balancing both work and
That's great, Danielle. Thank you so much. For the Venture Cafe Presents, I'm Christine Dunn.